Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I cannot believe that I am doing this, but it is time to review how goals went in January and set February in action. I cannot believe that that's here, but here we go. So the way that this video is going to work is we're going to review the goals that I had set in January, see how we did, where we made progress, where we didn't, where we need to adjust, and then look at February and how we're going to take those forward. So let's get to looking at it. All right, so let's take a look at January. So January looks like a fairly busy month goal-wise, but really what it was I was doing a challenge by Workout with Roxanne called Fit in 4. And the premise of that challenge was that you were doing a 30-minute workout every day for 4 weeks. And so that's what you see all of these little pink dots are. So what I did was she had a calendar and I just transposed it onto my Power Sheets calendar. That way I had one place to really kind of go to for everything. And so as you can see from all these little pink dots, I completed the challenge. In fact, I actually completed it a day early. Let me mark that off because I had started on the 2nd, not on the 1st, but there was one day in here, I think it was in week 2 or 3, on a Pilates stretch day that I actually did a chest and tricep one. So it was probably this 15th and 16th to catch me up. So that way I could finish with the rest of the group. I absolutely loved that challenge. I highly recommend it. I'll link it in the comments below, but it was great. So with that, let's talk about kind of the other goals that I had set. Oh, sorry, I need that one. Okay. So I think overall I'm happy with how January went. You know, January can be a tough month goal-wise. I think we tend to bite off a lot more than we can chew when it comes to our January goals. I also think that we have a lot of influence on, you know, social media and also in our friend groups. And we have a lot of comparison that happens from that, which can be positive and negative. So what I mean by that is that you can come into January and you can be seeing all of these influencers and everyone on Facebook who are just nailing it, right? Just killing it. And let's say you miss one day. Well, you're looking at their highlight reel. You're not seeing any type of struggles they had. They're not posting those. And then you're comparing yourself to them. And those kind of like, it's like they're putting a filter on their life. So I think that can be inspiring. And it can also, you know, be a little bit demoralizing if you think you're falling behind. So I like setting a health goal in January. And I do that because in January, I think it's a lot easier to be able to decline or decline invites or modify what you're eating in front of other people than it is in, say, like a June or July. January tends to be when everyone starts their health goals. And so I always try to have one in January because I feel like that is when it is most socially acceptable, which then makes it easier. So as an example, I can go out with friends in January and they'll be like, oh, like, let's get a round of drinks. And I can be like, oh, nope, sorry, I'm not drinking, you know, I'm doing dry January. And I think more people are willing to not give you any type of flack for that in January. Just my personal opinion. I think, you know, my friends truly support me throughout the year. I just think in general, it's just easier to do in January. All right, so after that rant, so I had schedule 1 bedtime adventure. You'll notice that this says schedule, and I scheduled it. So as the filming of this video, we are doing it tomorrow. So I have scheduled it so I can mark it off. And then we will do our bedtime adventure, which has to do with flashlight. I picked the easiest one. So that way we can kind of mark that off and get some momentum. Do the easier one for momentum. Date with John. We had a great date before he left for work again. And so we were able to celebrate our anniversary. Our anniversary is in January. So that was really exciting. I set a savings goal this year for $5,000. So this is personally for me, so not using our joint money, but the income that I bring in, saving that and putting that away. I did make an extra payment on my credit card, so that one was checked off. And then the other one that I have checked off is start the 75 Richer Challenge. Now, I did start this. So if you go back and look at my January calendar, you'll notice that I had pink dots and blue dots. And so the blue dots are that challenge. Now, I started listening to some podcasts. I can link those down below. I actually did cancel a subscription, so I can mark that off. And I did, clearly I'm not paying attention to this. I did put 10% of my paycheck away when I got paid on the 19th. So I'm doing like the bigger things, the unfollowing accounts. I don't follow many accounts that tempt me to spend money. My problem is like the Facebook ads late at night when I am feeding my daughter. Those are the ones that get me, and I can't quite unfollow those. So these are unmarked because I didn't unfollow any. If I, think of any, I will definitely do that. The 31st has not hit yet. I do plan on making an extra payment on one of our bills, probably again the credit card, just so that way we can get that paid down. Now, where I don't think that I'm doing very well and where I'm putting a lot of focus, you'll see in February, is this kind of daily part of the challenge where you're cooking at home 6 times a week. We actually did great with this. I think I hit this every week, no problem. The no discretionary purchases greater than $25, I didn't track this well. I know I had days in here where I spent more than $25, but I don't know which ones those are and which ones were, that type of thing. And then the setup auto invest 1 per month. I still want to try to do this for January, but I use an app called Albert, and that automatically invests for me once a month. You tell it how much to invest and it does it for you. So this is kind of on autopilot already. I was just hoping to use this challenge to put more focus on it. So as far as the Start 75 Richer Challenge, I started it, which that again, right? Like I'm very specific on my words there. But I did start it. 75 Richer has been started, but next month I really need to put more focus on it. Okay, then I have more blue days than green days. So this has to do with my Shape-A scale. And so Shape-A is a company, they have a scale, and what it does is that it takes your last 7 weigh-ins and it averages them, and then it also interprets a standard deviation. And so then every day when you weigh yourself after that, it will look at, are you within the standard deviation of your average weigh-in. If you are considered maintaining, and it gives you this green color. So green is maintaining. If you are below it, then you are given a blue day. And depending on how much weight you're losing, you'll either be blue or teal. I'm considering both of those blue. And so I have had blue days. I think I've had 3 or 4, but they have definitely not been more than green. Now, what I'm finding is that a lot of this is fluctuating and hard to interpret weight-wise, like whether or not I'm truly losing weight and gaining more muscle and all that. Where I'm having difficulty with this is because I am breastfeeding. And so if I am like bulging, this number changes. If I've just fed her, this number, like this changes. So I actually purchased a different scale to give me better insights on muscle mass and all of that. I will say I have used that Shape-A scale for 3+ years now, and I love it. I believe in it. It's great. It's just while I am breastfeeding, it's not giving me what I need. And so I'm not getting rid of that scale. It is absolutely great for just a daily weigh-in and making sure that you are like catching yourself when you start to go the wrong way. If you gain weight, it gives you the color gray. And so this is one that I think I'm doing much better, especially having completed that challenge. I know I'm making healthier food choices than I was in December. I just didn't see it represented on the scale, which is what this was kind of referring to. Then there was post 15 videos on YouTube. If you look at my channel right now, you can tell that I didn't do that. I I keep finding reasons to not record. A lot of it being that, oh, my equipment's upstairs in my office, and I'm downstairs and things like that. So I need to do a pain storm on this to figure out what is inhibiting me, because I do for probably like 3 or 4 years now, I've been like, I'd really love to do a YouTube channel and like talk about this, and I always find reasons not to. So I've got to figure out why that is. So I'm going to do a pain storm next month on that, which I'll give more information there. Okay, so then for my weekly actions were all about workouts. I really wanted to focus on moving my body, getting into a rhythm, and then of course the post for YouTube videos. So I did that the 3rd week of January. And then the other workouts, so actually I learned this tactic from another YouTuber who has a goals channel. Her name is Lakin, and I saw her break her workouts down like this. So, if she only worked out one time that week, like she still got credit for it versus doing like workout 3 times a week. So my goal was to work out 3 times a week, right? That's why I have workout 3 times. But I wanted to be able to, if I slipped, if I didn't make it, I wanted to still see the progress. So that's why I did this. And it's easier than doing like a daily challenge down here. So every week, I worked out. I finished that challenge. So I've worked out every day this week for at least 30 minutes, except for January 1st. Because I started that challenge on the 2nd. So this one, blown out of the water, super proud of it. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a really funny picture of me finishing the last workout in that challenge with my youngest daughter. So really, really proud on how that went. Okay, so then daily habits. All right. I just to caveat this, I like to check in with my goals once a week. I do it on Sundays. Today's Sunday. This is what I'm doing. Just happens to be the end of the month, so I'm transferring things over. I am not good at checking things off every day. So for the Paired app, which again, this goes towards my goal to foster a deeper relationship with my husband, so that way we can lead our family better. We use Paired, and we use Paired way more than just on the 1st of January. But I'm just terrible at tracking it, and I'm pretty sure the app tracks it. I'll try to get a picture of how often we did it and add it. But I know I did it more than once, and I'm not good at tracking daily action items. The less than $25, like I said, I'm sure there are days that I did this. I'm not good at tracking it. This is going to be a focus of next month. For the cook at home, last week when I was going through, we had family in town. We were snowed in. I know that, we had cooked at home every day that week because everything was closed. So I kind of went back and did that. But yeah, so the cook at home, I think, is actually one. I know it's better than here because I know last week I definitely cooked a lot at home. In fact, I think Monday might have been the only day where I went out for lunch. So Monday might be the only one. So look. And just remember, you can go back and you can check things off. And if there was something that you did every day or a lot this month that you're super proud of, add it and then add those in there, right? It doesn't have to be a to-do list. It can be a to-do list. So that's how January went. Overall, I'm happy with how January went. I definitely made progress in key areas. I definitely have places to work on. So that's how we grow. So I'm not worried about that at all. All right, now let's move on to February. Okay, so February, again, following on, fitness and health, I am starting another round of Happy Fit Healthy Mom. This is a program by Sharni and Julius. I absolutely love it. I did it after my pregnancy with my first daughter, and I lost like 30 or 40 pounds. I kept it off. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love it. So I'm starting that. Some big events that I have coming up is that there is a gala that I'm going to next week with some friends, and so that's just something that I want to keep a highlight on. Also, this is my last month of maternity leave, which is crazy. All right, so getting into February, I decided that my top priority for this month is really going to be my health and my finances. So, as I discussed in January, while I did do things towards my financial goals, I didn't focus on them as much as I wanted to. And I am starting the Happy Fit Healthy Mom challenge, so those are really going to take up quite a bit of time. Now, along with those, I also want to make sure that I am still growing my other goals. So, two one action items that I have this month are to have day dates with both my son and my eldest daughter, because this is my last month of maternity leave. And so my youngest will start daycare. And so I really just want to make sure that I spend a day or two with each of Trip and Quinn, since, you know, having a new baby can be hard for other siblings. I also am scheduling a weekend meetup with John. So again, that, helps with our marriage goal of, having a stronger bond. And so then the next couple of goals that you'll see me jot down actually will be with health and fitness, which again, that's my true focus for the month. So I did buy a money book as per the 75 Richer Challenge. So I want to finish that. I have started it. I did not get a chance to finish it. I want to continue the 75 Richer Challenge and hit the mark at least 80%. To me, 80% is a focus on consistency. So, progress, not perfection there. I am starting the Happy Fit Healthy Mom Challenge the first full week of February. And again, setting the marker of 80% there. And then last month, I did not do well posting videos, as I'm sure you can tell by my channel. And so I'm lowering the expectation to post 8 videos. So when I break that one down, that actually equates to 2 videos a week. So you see, as I go down to the weekly action items, post 2 YouTube videos a week, where last month I had 3. And then, as always, as I discussed in my last video, I want to do at least 3 workouts a week. I will actually do more because of the Healthy Fit Happy Mom Challenge that I'm in. But to ensure that I'm hitting that 80%, I want to make sure I get credit for them. Coming into my daily action items, I'm bringing over the Paired app, which we talked about earlier in January. And then the Healthy Fit Happy Mom has a nutrition portion that has a really big focus for me. And so I'm actually breaking this out in the daily section because I want credit for not only eating the correct breakfast, but also the correct lunch and dinner. So those are getting brought down into my daily action items. And then lastly, a big part that I did not focus on enough, in my opinion, last month in the 75 Richer Challenge was that frivolous $25 spending a day. And to me, that really can add up quickly. And so I wanted to, again, track that more specifically here. So as I continue on with my goal setting, one thing that I really like to do is I try to make this page more eye-catching. And so you will see that I start to add little stickers. The stickers that I'm using right now actually come from Cultivate What Matters, which is the company that designs the Power Sheets, which is the goal setting planner that I am using. All of those goals are color coded, and I keep those goals in the forefront of my mind by several different ways. One, I have a vision board in my office. 2, I have a goals at a glance page that I keep in my daily planner that I use. And then, obviously within my goal planner, everything is focused there. They do color code. So you'll start to see here in a second, I start adding different color coding dots to the monthly action items. This really is more of a visualization for me to make sure that I am at least every month hitting my goals in one way or another, right? Like touching them. It doesn't have to be a huge drastic change. It can be a much smaller one. But this is where I kind of visualize all the different things that we have going on. And there you have it. Those are my February goals. So I am wishing you all the best in your goal endeavors for February. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this content, please feel free to subscribe. And I hope you all have a fantastic February.